Welcome everyone. Thank you very much for joining from all corners of the world. My name is Valeria Montoy. I am a materials editor at Art Daily based in Santiago, Chile, and I will be the moderator of our conversation today. So today's webinar will focus on hospitality, where, as we know, first impressions are very important. That is why both Art Daily and Design Boom have joined together to discuss the future of hospitality design alongside Corian Design. Corian Solid Surface, an exclusive product of Corian Design, a business of DuPont, has become a more and more regular guest in hotels over the past decade. The producer aids architects and designers in realizing creative visions that are both highly hygienic and adaptable. Art Daily and Design Boom have therefore collaborated with Corian Design for a three-part webinar series to explore its product and service possibilities. And as I mentioned, today in our final of the series, our conversation will look into the future of hospitality design. I am joined by a panel of leading creatives from international architectural and interior design practices, starting with Gregor Mertens, partner architect and design coordinator at TBI Architecture and Engineering. Then we have Sabrina Boes, senior designer and partner at JOI-Design. And finally, Mark Gassesa, who is founder and creative director at Ultraspace. Each expert will not only add their practice's voice to the future of hospitality design, but also share realized case studies made with the aid of Corian Design. We are all connected here today by Lucas Gagalo, MEA Commercial Segment Marketing Leader at Corian Design, who will also provide further insights into their products and services that are enabling creatives to shape this future. Before I hand over to Lucas, I would like to remind our live viewers to add questions for our experts in the Q&A section in the toolbar below, as we will answer a selection at the end of the conversation. So to get started, I now hand it over to Lucas.
Thank you very much, Valeria. Welcome everyone. Thanks for joining our webinar today. As Valeria mentioned, my name is Lucas Ngao, and I'm Europe, Middle East and Africa Commercial Segment Marketing Leader for Corian Design. So for sure, many of you know Corian since years, and Corian is a product of the DuPont company, and maybe not so many know that company DuPont for over 200 years has pushed the boundaries of innovation for industry, inventing science-based materials and technologies that offer many superior solutions and open up new markets. But I'm sure that all of you know products like Kevlar, like Teflon, like nylon, Lycra. So these are all products of DuPont company, and there are thousands of others, of course. And this track record of successful innovation has made a major contribution, both practically and aesthetically, to a wide range of products, of projects and industries around the world. And Corian Solid Surface is really a perfect example of this contribution. It is advanced material, mineral filled acrylic material, which is first of all non-porous, seamless, homogeneous, with the color going all the way through, and with distinctive finish and a really fascinating interaction with light. The material is renowned for its exceptional versatility, durability, elegance, and almost limitless design possibilities. So you can engrave it, thermoform it into almost any shape, and specify in a huge range of colors. So it's beautiful to behold, and also harmonious with the health of humans and the environment. The material was originally invented to offer a higher performance alternative to conventional surfacing materials, but today it is internationally recognized for its impact on the entire design world. So it's trusted and really widely used by millions of architects and designers from the best architectural offices in the world. So whatever the nature of the project is, the material enables complete creative freedom. So it's widely used in hospitality, so from bathrooms to spas, from bars to wall cladding, reception desks, etc. But also in healthcare, in education, public spaces, retail, and also on facades of the building. And in all of these environments, in all of this, in all of these applications, the material guarantees the highest level of hygiene and really the highest level of performance. So that's all from my side at the moment. So back to you, Valeria.
Great, thank you very much, Lucas. It's always great to know about these types of materials that enable creative freedom, but that are also extremely functional in the hospitality sector especially, and in other sectors as well. Now we're going to start the section where we are going to see some case studies presented by each of our guest speakers. And we will be starting with Gregor Mertens, who will present the case of a hotel in Barcelona, designed by TBI Architecture and Engineering.
My name is Gregor Mertens. I'm partner architect in the architectural office TBI in Barcelona. We are a Spanish-German architectural office, and here you can see a photo of our office in the center of Barcelona. We are a very international team with architects, project managers, and also interior designers. And now I need to go on, please. So we are working both for national and international clients, and here you can see a little bit of the areas we are working. We are working on hotel design, hotel and residential design, interior design, also commercial and retail buildings. You can see both buildings here in the middle, but also in industry and logistics centers and office building. Here in the middle, on the right, you can see the refurbishment of the German embassy in Madrid. We also worked together with the German office on this project. Next, please. But today, I would like to talk about our hotel project, Vinci Gala, which is situated in the Barcelona Eixample district, very close here to the old town of Barcelona. It's a 4-star hotel with 78 rooms, with meeting rooms, a restaurant, hotel bar, and various terraces. Here you can see the main facade was protected and had to be preserved. So the facade has 2 parts, the old part of the existing building and a new 3-story extension. For the extension here, we work with a curtain wall and with these aluminum panels in order to create a vertical composition and to create a unit with the old existing building. Next photo. Here's a photo of the entrance. These mosaic pieces, they are also from the old existing building. They were removed and stored, and then we reused it for decoration and different spaces of the hotel. Here also you can see that the hotel lobby is quite small. Between the entrance door and this old existing staircase, we have only 4 meters. So it was everything very small here. And on the left hand, you can see a small piece of the hotel reception I will talk later about. Next. This is a photo of the hotel lobby. Here you can see also this existing old white marble staircase. And over the hotel lobby is an atrium, which is crossing the complete building to bring nature light in the building. But now I would like to talk about the concept of the building. If you can go back, please. Here. The hotel name is Gala, and Gala, she was the wife and the muse of the surrealist painter Dali. And Gala and Dali, they were a very unlikely pair full of contrasts. While Dali, he was extroverted and like crazy artist. Gala, she was a very elegant and discreet woman, and she was always more or less in the shadow of Dali. But Gala, she controlled the business from the shadow. And it is said that Dali without Gala would have never become such a famous artist in the world. So similar to this unlikely pair, our concept is also full of contrasts between the old and the new, between the elegant and the more informal, or the discreet or the extravagant. And we worked a lot here with metal. in contrast to the stone and the mound of the existing building. And also these the gold tone and these organic shapes, they come also from the work from Dali. For example, before I never had worked with gold, but here it comes more or less from the concept. So you can see how important is a concept and how brings it a lot of ideas to a project. Next. So here you can see a photo of the hotel corridor and again of this atrium crossing the whole building. And for the atrium, we worked here with these aluminum chains hanging in front of the balustrade. And into the aluminum chains are integrated linear patterns crossing the whole building from above to the ground floor. The design idea is also extended to the doors and to the hotel doors and also here to the flooring. We integrated kind of shadow into the carpet. Yeah, next, please. This is a picture from the hotel lobby up to the roof. And here you can see the idea of these crossing linear patterns, crossing all the levels of the building until the top of the building. They were also integrated in the balustrades. We integrated LED lighting to make these golden chains more shiny. Next. Well, that's a photo of the restaurant. It's in the basement. And here for us, it was also important to bring natural light into the basement. Here's also the breakfast buffet, and with these walls, we create different zones to create different areas for the tables. Next. And this is a hotel bar. It's in the back of the building, and here we have a big facade. It's facing one of the typical Barcelona patios. And here you can see also, in contrast to the entrance hall, we changed the materials. Here we worked more with wood for the flooring and also for the furniture in order to create a more warm and a more informal ambience. And on the left, you can see a part of the counter top of the hotel bar. I also will talk later about. Next, yeah. This is a quick view in one of the hotel rooms because we work with the same ideas, with the same concepts. And here for this gold tone, we work with a golden vinyl wall covering. And this golden wall covering, it has a pattern. Then we reused and transformed this pattern into the pattern for the reception of the hotel. So you can go on. Here we have a detail of the reception. The idea was that the hotel lobby, it's very small, and the idea was to create a very special eye catcher in this small lobby. So here you can see a small picture of this golden vinyl wall covering, and then we transformed it into a pattern we used for this reception. And here we used the property of Corian that it's more or less translucent depending on the thickness of the material. So the pattern it was milled from behind with a CNC mill into the material to create this pattern. So in the next picture, so here you can see the result. The idea was you can see the hotel lobby, it's very small, to create here this special element. And due to the backlight, you can see that appears this texture because where the material is not so thick, the light comes through and you can see the pattern in the hotel reception. But on the other hand, it's a totally plain material and it's robust, and that's also a very important topic here for a hotel reception. Now the next element is here the hotel bar. We created here this organic shaped frame for the hotel bar. And you can see a little bit the details. We had first to create a metallic substructure, and then also with MDF panels. And these MDF panels, they are covered with the Corian. Now you can, next please. So here you can see the result. The hotel bar, it's situated exactly under this white marble staircase. It's a very centric element in the hotel. And the hotel bar, it's creating a kind of rectangular box, totally paneled with these aluminum expanded panels with a gold tone. And also it's lightened over here with a light cove to make it more shine. And then the opening, it's framed with this black Corian element. For us here, Corian really was the best option because the idea was to create here this continual element without any joints. And that's what was only possible with Corian. And on the other hand, it's not only a design topic, it's also a practical topic, because here it's a countertop of a bar. It has to be resistant to all kinds of liquids and materials, and it has to be robust, and it's also had to be easy to clean. So here I think really the Corian, it was the best option. And we work here with a black nocturne Corian. It's a totally solid black material, so possible scratches, they are not white, but they are black, and that was also important. And it's possible to repolish the material. So I have to say, sometimes I go here to the hotel bar and I have to look to the countertop, and to be honest, it looks really still like new. So we are very glad here with these material options.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Gregor. Very interesting project and use of materials as well. Now moving on to the second case study, we have Sabrina Boetz, who will be presenting the case of the Olympus campus located in the heart of Hamburg, which was designed by JOI-Design.
Perfect. Many thanks, Valeria, for introducing. Yes, my name is Sabrina Fuchs. I'm a partner and creative director from JOI-Design. Could you please go to the next slide? This is us. This is JOI-Design. We are based in Hamburg, Germany, in this beautiful old villa, and we are about 40 interior designers, architects, engineers, graphic designers, product designers, and some people coming from the marketing side. Next slide, please. We have 5 partners in the office, the 2 founding partners and 3 junior partners. Next slide. We are especially concentrating on interior design. We are coming from the hospitality sector. We do have 35 years of experience in hospitality design, so some of our clients. Next page, please. But we are also looking to different areas of interior design. And this is one focus is, for example, the office design, or we do have cruise ship design as well, some house design projects, extended stay. So we are all looking to all sectors which are belonging to the hospitality, more or less. Next slide. Because we are believing that we're designing Lebensräume. I think it's also an English word. So we're looking to all spaces where people are acting in. So we have the living area, the working area, the travel, and then in the centerpiece, the house. And as you all know, these areas are merging together. They are transforming. They're part of being and moving together, and this is something we are studying, looking really carefully to create new answers and develop new answers of spaces for a transforming society. Next, please. So today I bring with me the Olympus campus, which is office design, actually, with big parts of hospitality design inside, and we are looking especially to the conference area. Next page. So this is the floor plan. It is showing the foyer. On the bottom part is the reception. Above we have a coffee bar, which should bring the people together. And then after security gate, we do have staircases going up to a showroom and then to all the conference area in the office building. So it's the public area of what we are looking at in this project. Next, please. What was quite interesting, the CI of the company, it's in really crispy white and in dark blue. This is the CI color. So we had a challenge to work only in the public areas with these two colors, and then to create a space structured with light, and all, but in the same way bringing some human, some warmth element into the lobby. Next page, please. So one of these elements was that we said we have this big chandelier in the middle of the lobby, which is made out of hundreds of lenses. Lens is, let's say, the main product Olympus is working with, and this is our human element. So this chandelier is breathing, it's giving the pulse of the area, and it's just transforming the mood from the room. And it's just that's the human aspect of what we said. It's always giving some action into the space. Next page, please. And here on this slide, we see the coffee bar. And for us, it was important that this lobby is not empty, it is used, and it brings together the externals, the internals, so the bar is open also for people who are not guests in this conference space. So from outside, we can have coffee and croissants here as well. So we want to have a space where we communicate together with different parts of the surroundings. Next page. Oh, why is it empty? Okay. So we on that empty page that we wanted to show the staircase, which is going up to this showroom. And in the showroom, the company is showing what they are producing, their main elements, and so they are showing for doctors and for the selling team how the products are working. And again, it was a big challenge to work only with materials and with blue and with white. And to bring all the materials together in the same color code. What we see on the left side picture, it's a digital table where the selling team can show products and then explaining digital what this product can be used for and how, what kind of way they are used. Below in the cupboards, there are VR glasses, so that then we can see the product also three-dimensional. And for us, for this table, for example, that's used or that's built by Corian because we had a heat in this kind of furniture. There is a big display producing a lot of heat, and we also have the light channels around to show where the handles are and to design this kind of piece. And it was important to have a material which is stable enough, also on the details where it's really small, but we also have this warmth from the display and from the light. And we had been afraid that people who are wearing the VR glasses, that maybe they are hitting against the furniture as well, and it must be a furniture which is stable and which is easy to when we have scratches inside, that we can repair it. But I wanted to show you especially the next room, which is the auditorium. This is the outside of the auditorium done with a liquid metal. But then inside, next page, please. This is the biggest conference room in the project. And we had here the challenge that the room height was not big enough. We only had, I don't know, 3-something room height. So everything which is normally in the suspended ceiling, we brought to the walls, because all the air circulation, all the technique, everything which is heating, everything which is security, everything which is absorption of acoustics, we didn't want to have it in the ceiling. The ceiling is only the light stripes, but every technique is on the right and on the left side of the wall. And for us, it was important to design a wall which can house all these functions, but doesn't look like a totally technical element. And when we go to the next page, you see a little bit more about this wall. So we created these panels, which are actually S-shaped, that they can overlap without being too much in the room. So it's a big radius of an S shape. And on the next page, you can see the details. So to have the air circulation outside there, and we perforate the big oval forms. There is a second layer that you don't look into the underwear behind. But you can see how it is created. And here also in the overlap, there is the indirect lighting to have atmospheric light when there is a presentation, and especially when the light goes off. We had the framework of atmospheric lighting on the left side, on the right side. You can see it behind the speaking table. We used the same with the material that you cut it from the back side, that it brings the light in the front. So we have a really smooth lighting, which is framing the whole presentation of somebody who has a presentation there. Next page, please. And this is just about the building side to show how it was constructed. It's quite easily behind with a wooden construction, and then pieces are brought together, and they are kitted that we don't see the seams. And then there comes this really smooth, rounded edges and rounded ceiling elements. Yeah, next page. And then I brought with me a big conference room on the 10th floor. On the next page, you can see that it is one big, next page, please, one big oval table for 16 people there. And it should be one art piece in the center, bringing everybody together. And the whole room is designed to have one centerpiece with this light element above as well. And what was quite interesting, next page, that we have the table is opening towards the screens, and we have, this is the room which is used for have the conference call with abroad. So it's opening, and then where the table opens, there is this overhanging. So it was, from aesthetic, a quite interesting piece as well. But we designed it in a good way that you have at least a good space for your legs under the table, and it's ergonomical, quite interesting shaped on the tabletop as well. That's something you can see on the next page. So it is rounded and has this V shapes towards the guests, that it's quite good ergonomic to bring the hands on the table. And the tabletop then was used another material. There we used wood because otherwise we had been afraid that the room gets too cold, actually, from the design appearance. Yeah, that was about the Olympus campus, but I've brought two other projects with me. One is a hotel room, but we designed once where we wanted to have the bathroom outside. So there is the bathtub transforming into the desk, and then from the desk to the bedside that we can see on the right side of the picture. And then also the hand wash basin and the tabletop was brought outside. And there was one piece, and of course we decided here for mineralic material that we can have the one piece without any seam, and it's three-dimensional curved, of course, and that was the best choice, of course. And another project built, that's a courtyard in Baku, what we designed, and I brought it with me because I've liked a lot this reception desk, where we again used this back cutted idea to bring light behind, and it's as you said before, then the top is really clean, and it's easy to clean also for operations, but it has a really beautiful effect, and it has this sparkling golden tone, but I really like. So far from my side, thank you.
Thank you very much, Sabrina. Really nice project, and also coupled with great use of color, light, and texture, which is always good. And now moving on to our third case study, we hand it over to Mark Gassessa, who will showcase projects by ultraspace, such as the Lumen Lounge and the Luxe Lodge.
Hi, everybody. My name's Mark Gassessa. I'm I suppose, the director of ultraspace, the creative director. And we founded the company probably about 17 years ago. We specialize in hospitality, love doing bars and restaurants, but also commercial and high-end residential as well. This first project is a lodge. It's up in the mountains. It's in Australia. And I was asked to come in because it was designed and was set out differently, and when they designed it, they didn't really think of how to use the big gathering space here, and they had loose furniture, and it didn't work. You can see all of the sweeping staircase in the timber flooring and all of that facing the fireplace. The furniture that they had in there didn't work. What I was able to do with using Corian, I've used witch hazel here. I'm sure you're all familiar with witch hazel. I love witch hazel because when it's off and not backlit, which as you can see, this is backlit, when it's not on, it has a very beautiful organic demeanor, and it's very light in color and has some beautiful rust through it, which really does pick up some beautiful rich tones, and it's a very nice medium to use with timbers. And when you backlight it, it looks like onyx marble. So I do love using it and playing around with different color temperatures as well, to show off different things in it. So what we were able to do with the Corian here was we were able to create a sunken lounge and follow this beautiful sweep that was originally designed in, but was never utilized properly. And so we were able to, of course, with thermoforming, which is one of the best traits of Corian, we're able to follow the sweep effortlessly. Everything, of course, was seamless. We were able to do all of the arms and everything out of, and the backs and everything out of the Corian, illuminate the whole thing. So during the day, it just looks like a beautiful soft marble, and then at night time, it comes alive. And of course, it all dims down. It's very subtle, and you can have it sort of the same level as the fireplace and all of that sort of thing. Next slide. So that one shows off the sweep. This sort of is a more detailed shot of showing how the sway, because we use suede for all of the built-in upholstery. They had some beautiful pieces that I was able to utilize there as well. You can see all of the rolling hills in the background, which really is it's a beautiful lodge. Next slide. And this one's just a quick detail shot of, again, a close-up of the arms and how that was used. We wrapped upholstery around. It just seems to just be teetering on there, but it's all fastened, I assure you. And we created some beautiful little ottomans. Oop, almost finished talking about it. So we created some really cute little ottomans so people could sit back and watch. There's two separate zones in here. What's not in is some big swivel, beautiful armchairs that turn around to face the big curved lounge and creates a conversation pit in front of the fireplace. And then the other side, the chairs can swivel around and become part of that other three-seater that you saw sort of off to the side. And that's all, people are able to sit and watch TV and that sort of thing in there. The tray tables come off and are able to be placed around and things like that as well. Beautiful lodge, this one. Next slide. So this is another lodge that I did, again, in a mountain area in Australia. And the client wanted for this lodge to be an experience of sort of a very high-end appeal, so that but organic at the same time, so that there was a very nice juxtaposition between the interior and the building versus all of the mountains and the amazing views of mountains that are in the backgrounds and everything like that. There was a big use of bronze, aged brass, and you can see there's some beautiful travertine and everything. And there's a lot of Corian in this, and it's all used in different ways, where we've been able to, you can see in the background there, we've got a beautiful fret pattern, which is tied through and goes through this entire lodge. You can see there's in the ceiling, there's also a backlit small metallic version which are in between. This is one of the robes in one of the master suites, but also the handles. I talked about that in, I think there's some better photos coming up, but even the handles where there's cowhide drawers and textures, they're thermoformed Corian dishes with that fret pattern embossed into it. And then on top of that, I also refinished the Corian in a metallic bronze finish. There's a company here in Australia that deals in doing applied metal finishes on anything. And I chose to do it on the Corian. So it actually gave the Corian a new lease of life as well. Next slide. This is just around the corner from that last shot. You can see again the pattern embossed in a 3-layered one-way mirror. So it's sandblasted in and sandwiched in between 2 layers of glass, one being a one-way mirror, so that when you're in the shower, you can have beautiful views of the sweeping landscape, but people can't see you. But you can see that there's 2 circles that are missing the pattern, and that is, of course, your best reflection when you're standing at the basins. In this image, you can see in the background there's Husawari tiles in the shower. It's a very large, it's a triple shower, but it's for 2 people. There's a big rain head in the middle of the dropping down through the timber beams. But there's a Corian wall in there, which is lava rock, and it integrates beautifully with the Husawari tiles and also the limestone flooring. The vanity bench rather is, again, it looks very blocky and floating and sort of cantilevered there, but that also has drawers that are all mited within and sweep around those basins. The floating bathtub also is layered lava rock with antique Venetian mirror all inlaid around there. Next slide. There's a detail shot of the vanity with one of the drawers opening, obviously, mited. There's also a spot for people to do their makeup and operate on their faces with the big what is it? The mirror that does all the magnification. And again, it's the lava rock. You can see there the beautiful antique Venetian mirror. And there's a better detail of those handles that are thermoformed and routed with that pattern that you can see in the background on the mirror. And then they're, as I said, refinished. And it's probably one of the only times I've refinished Corian, but it worked beautifully. And it was unrecognizable. Next slide. This is one of the other bathrooms in the lodge. And you can see there we've used lava rock tying in with the Pietra marble on the floor, limestone rather, and it's all back mited. And again, this is the sort of thing that where Corian shines. You know, you can really do some amazing shapes with it, even without thermoforming, and it's just seamless and effortless. We've again done the thermoformed disc handles that are dished out, and I chose to not do the pattern in this one because that pattern wasn't shown in this actual room. And of course, we've got to the right there that beautiful big sweeping basin that was that we thermoformed and backlit. And there's also for the photo we didn't do it, but there's spots for paper towels you can see underneath the basin on the left there, and there's special little press down sections in the top that are all very discreet, but there's bins and everything that are actually in those cupboards, so you can just dry your hands and pop it into the discreet hole, and someone else takes it away for you. Next slide. This is back to that other bathroom, and that was just sort of again showing that the beauty of how you can use a lot of these organic Corian finishes with natural stone and just the way that it works beautifully and seamlessly, and of course using them in wet areas, it's trouble free. Next slide. And this is the master bedroom that was around for this suite, and again all custom upholstered. We've got Corian handles with the same pattern on the crocodile embossed leather scalloped bedside tables that are floating there. Again, the Venetian mirror and the fluted edging that again is Corian and all finished with that special antique bronze finish. Next slide. This was an island retreat we were asked to do. There's an abundance of Corian in this job, and I love using Corian where you don't expect to use it or don't expect to see it, but I do like using it not for just the sake of using it, for the right purpose, and there are so many right purposes for Corian. This is one of the main bedrooms, and you can see there with the lighting, we did a fair bit of fluting in this project. That's glacier ice, of course, and we created those beautiful bedside lamps. The top that they're on is also Corian. Then you've got the underlit side table, which is we use Savannah and Whisper. So this project, for part of it, we paired up the Whisper and the Savannah, which really went beautifully together. But so there's layer upon layer of Corian there, and even underneath where all that ribbed timber grain that wraps around everywhere, the bed and the bedside tables, they're all beaded off with Corian, and we did that on all the drawers and all of that with all Corian edging, and it was sublime, very organic. Next slide. It's another shot of that room, and you can see a bit of fun we had because being on an island. It was a remote island off the coast of Australia, and we had a bit of fun with that nautical using. It was a synthetic rope, but it looked amazingly realistic. And that was just a divider that screened off the ensuite and the master bed. You can stand in that shower and look through the gun slot, the big curved plexiglass gun slot, and look at the ocean over the top there. Next slide. And that's just an aerial view of that light with all of it. It's like a starburst. So I needed to let the heat come out, so I did a starburst design in the top of that. And there's a close-up as well of the layers of Corian used. Next slide. This is around the corner in the ensuite to this master suite. Again, we used fluted Corian for all of the faces of that vanity, sort of cantilevered off the wall, underlit. Used the beautiful ready-made purity basins, blended in with the tops and everything, and you walk through into that shower. It's travertine finger tiles, and in the distance there's a lot of technology in this. The bathtub that you see in the bottom left-hand corner there, you can sit in there. There's concealed blinds, but also that entire, it's 5 meters in between that window is it's cut off there in the photo, 5 meters wide. You can press a button and the whole top part of that disappears up into a wall cavity and creates, so when you're in this bathroom, it feels like you're on a balcony. But also when you're in the bathtub, you can hop on your iPhone and control all of this. And that bottom half, from this angle, it looks slightly milky, but that's switch glass, so that you can actually be in there and have total privacy. And once you hop in the bath, you can pull the blind up, hit the switch glass, goes clear, and again you've got the ocean in the background. Gorgeous bathroom, this one. Yep, thank you. Just a different shot of that. There's all concealed storage and everything like that. Again, here on the right-hand photo, that's where I was talking about all of the reeded timber. We've beaded it all off with Corian, but also those handles are all made of Corian, and so is the fretwork above that. That's all Corian work, and even the light box is also Corian up there as well. So it's just and multiple uses, and it's a Corian wall that it's sitting on. So there's loads of Corian in this job. Next slide. And just another shot. You can see we've got all automated louver blades, so you can actually look through into the rest of this retreat, through the mezzanine, and the whole thing closes off for air conditioning and privacy, but it also, you can open it all up and have the natural sea breezes all pass through. And that's a detail shot of that gorgeous Corian basin in with our vanity top.
Perfect. Thank you, Mark. Beautiful projects, and as you explained, it's all in the details when making these first impressions in hospitality design. Thank you very much to all 3 of our guest speakers for their presentations. Very interesting case studies indeed that will surely inspire our audience, and that also shed light on what hospitality design will look like in the years ahead. To get more insight, now we are going to ask each of our panelists some questions. And again, just a reminder for our audience to send over any questions they may have on our Q&A section in the toolbar below. And as I said, we will answer these at the end of the conversation. So first, I have a question directed for Sabrina, which is, What is the role of design and materials in hospitality for welcoming environments for guest impressions and staff?
Yes, so what is important for us as studio is always to create experiences and to create moments the guests will never forget, and they love this space and they would love to come back to. And to answer your question, this whole experience the guests have is, of course, one part is the arrival experience, and to create a good arrival experience, you must have a good design story written to that location, written to the property, written to where the operator is coming from. One design story, which then has, of course, one red thread talking about what the look and feel is like, how you choose every single furniture and every single material. So the design story, of course, is always the shelter above, and then materials and elements of choosing after this story. Yes, so that's to create this one experience. It's important that every single piece belongs to it and is authentically unique, chosen for that project.
Now we have a question directed to Mark. So what are the comparisons when considering made-to-measure solutions versus standard products in hospitality?
Good question. I find, I mean, these days there is so much at our fingertips to be able to use in hospitality, and there are so many great components that you can put together and mix and match. If you can get them at the moment, with freight across the world being the way it is. But I think with the versing against having things that you're making specifically for the projects, I think that, as previously mentioned, I think that adds an excitement for people, and you're able to customize different aspects because of the durability, the seamlessness, the way that you can. I mean, all you guys have mastered all of the back routing and backlighting and things like that. Even adding, I do a lot of glue detail where you know, and adding glue detail similar to that back routing concept, but going into basins and things for hospitality. You know, we actually have a range in Australia that we've designed for CASF, for Corian, and it's some solutions that aren't currently in the marketplace. And I think to be able to custom design things for your project, I think that's a great. It's what we do as designers, isn't it? To be able to take elements of what we're trying to create for the client and for the public, and excite them, and really that comes from us creating them.
Great, thank you. And just a follow-up question, sticking with you, Mark. Can you briefly stress the importance of cleanliness and hygiene as key roles of surfaces, and also touch on factors like easy maintenance, maintenance costs, durability, and so on?
Yeah, look, again, the hygiene side of Corian, it stands alone. That's why not only in hospitality but also in healthcare and all of that, it's widely used because bacteria just can't breed. So on the antibacterial side of things, it's fantastic. But also on the side of when people are needing to maintain, because nothing is bulletproof. But that's part of the beauty of Corian. It's very easy. If there are, we've touched on things like scratches and things like that, which happens to everything. And Corian is so easy to maintain. If there's any kind of, I mean, you can't stain it, but if there are any marks or anything like that, just using Jif or Gumption, or I'm not sure in what countries everybody's in, what the versions of that are, but using a slight abrasive cream on a cloth, you can just wipe things straight off of it, which with most other products, that's not a thing. So again, Corian excels for that.
What are the differences when working on renovation products versus new builds?
So I think, in my opinion, it's always better to conserve an existing building, if it's possible, and not to break it down and to rebuild it. I think it's more sustainable, and it's also we can it's more sustainable, I think. But on the other hand, you have also the possibility to show some existing elements of the building. For us, it's always very important to create a connection to the space we are, to create a very special and an own identity of a building. And I think if you maintain some elements of an existing building, you can show them, you can use them to create this special atmosphere, and this own character. So I think, as it was also mentioned before, it's very important, to create a local identity to a space, and to create a very special ambience, in a building. And I think if you can maintain a building and you can maintain some elements and you can show them, it's always helpful, to create a special atmosphere and a special design.
Thank you very much, Gregor. Very interesting. And now back to you, Sabrina. So could you dive into how new demands of hospitality facilities are impacting your design work?
Yes, as I said in my small presentation, this is what our engine is, like the transformation of the society, the changings, what we have in society and our culture is always something we are focusing on. We are studying and we are looking how the future might be. So it's always interesting what are the new demands for hospitality, but also for different living spaces. So in every project, I would say we're looking to new answers, and every project is learning from each other, and especially the different fields are learning from each other to create new experiences and to answer the demands of the future, hopefully. But maybe to talk about what has changed in the last 2 years, it's quite interesting that more than before, every hospitality project wants to be the one of the kind, it wants to be super unique, it wants to be authentically, like everybody wants to have his own design language to be relevant on the market and to get the guests back. I think in the leisure segment, it's quite easy, like a lot of hotels are fully booked on the mountainside, on the water side, but especially the hospitality projects in the cities are asking for clients, because a lot of business travels has been gone down, and now we are trying to find new answers for the conference areas and for the MICE products, for all the hospitality projects in the cities who have their clients normally as business traveler. And it's quite interesting to search and to discuss what new products might be. So maybe it's more about team working events to bring everybody together in the hotel, or it's more about new methods, how conferences could be, how working methods we have, to attract guests to come back to the hotels. And that's always challenging and interesting.
Great, thank you very much, Sabrina. Now we'll take a small break from the questions and move on to a different section of the webinar, where Lucas will provide further insight on what Corian Design is doing in terms of developing solutions for hospitality, and always with a problem-solving approach.
So I think we all agree that in hotels, first impressions count. So whether it's the reception area or the bedroom, fresh, clean, welcoming environment can make a difference between a one-time visitor and a regular guest. And for over 40 years, designers have been using Corian in hotels, especially because of its inherent hygienic properties, its practicality, and also its design flexibility. And across the world, Corian is at the heart of some of the most distinctive and innovative hospitality and hotel designs. And really leading international project designers use it to create environments that are beautiful, that are ultra functional, and offer the highest comfort for hotel guests. So you can imagine a long carved reception desk like the one you see on the picture, made of Corian limestone prima, but also a statement bar, a vanity top with integrated wash basins, a fitted shower. So almost anything is possible with Corian. Next slide, please, Valeria. And here you can see that besides reception desk, the material could be used also for the wall cladding in the lobby, or wall cladding in any other places in the hotel as well. And as I mentioned before, Corian could have really fascinating interaction with light. And this is exactly what you can see. Here. This wall is made of Corian golden onyx, and it's actually backlighted, and the effect is really amazing, and it helps to create this great first impression that is so important in every hotel. And all the unique properties. Please go back. Thank you. And all the unique properties of the material allow designers to play with shapes, play with light, and also adapt the material to any space. And the thermoformability and the fact that it's available in the wide range of colors enables design possibilities that cannot be achieved with natural stone products, for example. Next slide, please. And the most important role in the hotel, Corian could play in the bathroom area. So no matter how many bathrooms you want to refurbish, from a single unit to 100 or even more, Corian provides the ideal answer. So your preferred design solutions can be adapted to the exact dimensions and required layout of the room, ensuring a perfectly fitted bathroom that is, first of all, durable and very easy to clean. So Corian enables to elevate the guest bathroom with a single material for vanity top and for wet walls, exactly how you can see on the picture. And here you have a countertop with integrated wash basin and also wall made of Corian silver linear, and the shelf under the countertop made of Corian weathered aggregate. And besides that, it also gives the opportunity to integrate backlit effects and also sound transmission to even further improve the lifestyle image of the hotel. Next slide, please. So with Corian, designers can create a guest bathroom that offers an inviting, let me say, cocoon for the weary traveler. And the material can be shaped to cover the walls of a shower room, seamlessly integrating useful details such as soap holders and shelves, or can be molded to form a stylish, distinctive vanity top. And the material also blends beautifully with other materials like wood, like veneer, like stainless steel or glass. And for example, here on the picture, you see the countertop with integrated wash basin and also wall made of Corian weathered aggregate, and it's mixed with the veneer cabinet. So it creates really a warm, cozy bathroom that invites to rest. Next one, please. And as I mentioned before, Corian can be shaped to cover walls of a shower room. And here on the picture, you can see some really nice examples. The one on the left is made of Corian smoked drift prima, and the one on the right of Corian sepia linear. So these shower walls can be easily installed without any silicone joint to create sleek impression of a single flowing surface, without the usual visible joints that can collect dirt and moisture. So they are ideal alternative for example, to tiling, as there are no grout lines, and also day-to-day cleaning is made simpler thanks to the inconspicuous seams. So whether guests opt for a revitalizing shower or a relaxing bath, Corian ensures that this experience will leave a really lasting impression. So next slide, please. Corian helps also to enhance level of hygiene in the hotel. So cleanliness is very important in every area of the hotel, being very often the first thing many guests will notice. And Corian is recognized for its unique hygienic properties. So it's solid and non-porous. It is joined with inconspicuous seams, hence no proliferation of growth of bacteria and mold. As you know, the goal of hotel owners and managers is to keep cleaning time to a minimum in order to reduce costs and disruption. And with Corian, wash basins are integrated with inconspicuous joints, so there are no awkward corners where dirt or humidity can accumulate. The material also exceptionally quick and easy to clean, and provided it is properly cleaned, will not also support the growth of mold and mildew. And it is confirmed by the world-leading hotel chains that Corian solutions offer really lower cost in terms of maintenance and cleaning, but also repair or replacement, and also project refurbishment costs, including out-of-use room time during installation. So this means that in the long term, Corian offers really an excellent return on investment. Next slide, please. So for any hotel, profitability relies on maximum occupancy. So reducing out-of-use time is a crucial consideration when refurbishment. And Corian is really an excellent solution for hotel bathroom renovations. Thanks to an ingenious, easy to assemble system, hotel owners can implement a total refurbishment of the bathroom quickly and really cost effectively. And here on the picture, you can see the system, which includes a ceiling, wall partition, shower cladding, and vanity. So it is fitted without removing the original surfacing material and can be assembled within a short space of time, since the elements are really delivered ready-made. The system can be installed in actually any configuration, and because the material is joined seamlessly, provides a high level of hygiene with no danger of seals deteriorating over time, and it can also fit any design or even tight space. What could be interesting for you is that this system has been already implemented by a major hotel chain for the redevelopment of around 10,000 of its bathrooms. So it's confirmed that it offers significant cost savings compared to the traditional refurbishment solution by minimizing downtime, and on top of it, also dramatically improves the hotel experience for guests. Next slide, please. Corian could be also used for restaurants and bars, and these are the places where customers relax and socialize, and where hotels can create really an exciting ambience, exciting atmosphere that brings guests back time and time again. And Corian can be adapted to suit all forms of dining and entertaining requirements, and can satisfy the most demanding standards of hygiene, while offering a stylish backdrop for enjoying delicious dishes, fine wines, and sophisticated cocktails. And here on the picture, you can see a bar top made of Corian Artista dust. And on the next picture, and here some other examples of bar tops. The one on the left made of Corian ash aggregate, and the one on the right made of Corian Laguna. And the next slide, please. And beyond bar tops, Corian can be also used for tabletops. And here on the picture, you can see some tabletops made of Corian limestone prima. So with a huge range of colors and design possibilities, the material really enables to create intimate, inviting ambience in a boutique hotel, or really maintain a strong brand presence across the entire chain. So thank you very much. And if you have any question, feel free to ask via chat, and I will be more than happy to answer on our Q&A session.
Thank you, Lucas, very much. Very interesting to see, especially after the case studies, some more examples of the possibilities that Corian Design offers in the hospitality sector. We have already received some questions from our audience, so I have selected some to ask each of our panelists. And now we have a question for Mark that says, customization seems to play a key part of in your designs. How does this affect your choice of partners when designing projects?
I think that's a very good question. I mean, when you have a concept and you're really wanting for it to be amazing, you need to have a team that is amazing. So yeah, choosing the right fabricators and the right cabinet makers for me is crucial. You really need those people on board with you. I try to always use a cabinet maker that also does their own fabrication. I prefer to not split it, because when we're doing things that are quite outside the box, when you've got everything in house, I find it a lot easier to do. But definitely having that right team is crucial, and they've got to be 100% on board for that journey to try and do, because sometimes you're doing things for the first time and you need people that want to rise to the occasion, and it's so important having that great team behind you and collaborating.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Mark. And now we have a question directed to Sabrina. So how and when do you work with Corian beyond hospitality designs?
As I explained before, materials always are beyond our design story. So first comes the story and the overall look and feel. And when we have created that storyline, we choose materials and we choose elements. And after optic, and I think Corian has a wide range of different optics. So we have all the colors, we have all the imitations of natural stone, we have the beautiful metal effects. So we have a lot of options to choose Corian because of how it looks like. But we also have a lot of reason to take it because of the functionality which is behind. And we discussed that already a lot before. But of course, you can create big sculpture art elements because it's possible to bend it three-dimensional. It's possible to have it without the seams. And I think that's one of the biggest topics, to have this seamlessness. And then, of course, the durability, that you have a solid material. And as I've shown in the presentation, you can cut a lot of holes inside, but still within stable, and you can do still three-dimensional forms, and you can still do a lot with it. And so that makes this material so interesting for us designers.
Thank you, Sabrina, for your answer. So that would conclude our live Q&A section. Thank you to our audience for their questions and to our panelists for their very insightful answers. This would bring us to a close today. The webinar will be available on both Art Daily and Design Boom soon. And again, I would like to thank each of our experts for sharing their unique professional perspectives on the future of hospitality design. For those who wish to find out more, the work of our participants can be found on both Art Daily and Design Boom. And for more information about Corian Design, their products and services can also be found on both platforms. We hope you enjoyed this talk and have a great rest of the day wherever you are in the world.